Welcome back to Parenting Roadmaps. Parenting Roadmaps is here to provide solid education on child development that's helpful to you as a parent. To deliver this information in a way that's easily accessible here on YouTube and to keep it short and brief. So let's get started. Today, I want to continue looking at self-regulation and highlight a few aspects that make self-regulation so unique in the field of child development. On Instagram earlier this week, I highlighted a unique aspect of self-regulation. In a nutshell, the part of the brain central to self-regulation does not fully develop until early adulthood. Self-regulation is not a skill that you get to check off early on the developmental checklist. A second aspect. Think about this. Someone's ability to self-regulate doesn't always transfer from one situation to another. Let's compare this to walking. When a child learns to walk, yes, it can be a bit of a challenge in the beginning, learning to walk on different types of surfaces. You have a smooth tile floor versus a bumpy path. But given a couple of years, most kids are cruising along. If they can walk at home, they can typically walk at the store, along a road, or at the park. Self-regulation is different. Maybe you have a kid who can share toys at school with all their friends, but at home, this same child gets very frustrated and physical when sharing their toys with their younger sibling. One more unique aspect about self-regulation is that while self-regulation is a part of all of us, some situations or scenarios that can cause strong emotions that need to be self-regulated may be very different from person to person. Let's go back to that bumpy path. Anyone could bet that a bumpy path might be a bit of a struggle for any toddler figuring out how to walk. With self-regulation, you can't always predict what types of situations are going to be difficult for someone. It can really vary from person to person, and especially from kid to kid. Let's take a situation where you've got 3 kids in the same preschool classroom. All are about to leave the classroom to go to music class. For one kid, music class is the highlight of their week. They have to work hard to self-regulate their excitement. They want to scream with delight as they run down the hall and race ahead of everyone to be the first one in the classroom. The next kid, they're totally cool. They just move from one activity to the next and enjoy the routine of the school day. But for the third kid, their response is completely different. Music class puts them on edge. It's way too loud. The instruments are loud, the voices are loud, and each week there's something new. All to say that while self-regulation is a part of everyone's development, there can be a lot that's not so predictable when you take a closer look at each individual person. I could spend hours talking about self-regulation. There really is so much that can be unpacked on this topic. Just as we adults struggle with self-regulation at times, as parents of preschoolers, you know the struggle is very real for your kids. So know that you have my compassion for the road ahead. And I feel like I can say with a good bit of certainty that Parenting Roadmaps will circle past this topic again in the future. Until then, continue to educate yourself on self-regulation. If you stumble upon a post or a podcast on this topic, tune in. There is always something to learn. For today, thanks for tuning into this episode on Parenting Roadmaps. And as always, remember to enjoy the journey.